Welcome back to Sunshine for the Soul. If you're new here, I'm Cyndi. Sunshine for the Soul's mission is to assist you on your ascension journey through these tales told by the tarot and channeled messages from Spirit. If your cup is empty, let's see if we can fill it back up with a new perspective or a spiritual insight for you to contemplate throughout your day. These messages are timeless. If you clicked on this video, Spirit has a message for you, or this message may possibly come from your spirit guides, ancestors, or a person you feel a deep spiritual bond with. Welcome. All right, you single and sexies, thanks for stopping by and tuning in for this energy update. I saw 1212 as I was getting ready to start your reading. Now, I did a quick 5-card Celtic spread, and your general most prominent energy right now is the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. This is about juggling. Your attention is currently split between a relationship and other priorities. You may be facing difficulties in balancing your love life. You may be unable to dedicate the time necessary for a future relationship to grow because you are too overburdened, overextended, in all these other areas of your life. So right off the bat, we see someone that is kind of questioning whether or not they can have a relationship, whether or not they're ready for a relationship when all these other aspects of their life is keeping them so busy and so tied down. The next energy is of pregnancy. So maybe this is someone is expecting. Maybe you have told someone you're expecting and they're like, oh shit, how am I going to juggle all this? A baby, a child? This may be you considering having a child, and you're looking at your resources and your time and you're wondering, can we make this work right now? Is it viable? For others, this could actually be, if pregnancy is off the table, this could be you giving birth to something in your life. This is giving a rebirth to possibly your love life. And then we've got exhausted. So again, you're so overwhelmed, burned out, and burdened. Or maybe this is your person feeling this way. But we see the contradiction between, new and exciting, and how much more can I handle? Can I handle all this abundance coming in? It's spring. It's a time of growth. We're in these eclipse energies. It's all about, transformation and change and taking a look at things and moving forward. Really exciting, actually. This can also be an energy of you as a single. You are contemplating not being single much longer. Maybe you've never been married. Maybe you haven't had a serious relationship in years and years, and you're healthy, you're healed, and you're thinking, man, I'd like to share my life with somebody. This dominant energy, though, is conflicted on whether they have the gas in their tank to birth something new in a relationship or in the kids department. This could be you or someone else even asking themselves, is it safe for me to love? Can I open up my heart to give and receive the highest energy of all? Now, in this card, we see that this character is on a cute little horse. It's a knight next to her cherub angels surrounding both of you. This is telling me that while you're trying to make this decision, you are protected. Ask the universe to guide you through this choice. We don't have to make choices through the mind anymore. When we go through our spiritual awakening, we are reattached or reconnected to source, reconnected to our cosmic history, the Akashic records. We have our spirit guides, our ancestors all are like rooting for us, like, yes, come on, let's go, you've got this. You don't make choices like you did before, all in the head, all in the mind and ego. All right, so what's your challenge here, singles? What's your fear that you're facing is the Ace of Cups. Whoa, so is it time to offer a cup of love? This is one big giant cup of love filled with emotions. But your challenge is that I feel so exhausted already. I'm already running on empty. My health may be suffering because of the stress. My cup is empty. What can I give if my cup is empty? Can I raise a child? Can I have a new beginning in love? And this person is asking themselves, or you are asking yourself, is it safe to love? Or am I just being paranoid, guarded, and cautious because I've had these past relationships that didn't quite work out the way I'd hoped? So the universe here for the single and sexies is giving us the advice to love yourself first, right? Fill your own cup. Clear your slate. Put up some boundaries. Take back some of your energy. Stop giving to the energy vampires where it is not being reciprocated. This is like becoming self-aware and having self-love enough to know when you need a break. But I also want to add, and what's coming to me is that a lot of times we think that a relationship is going to be this exerted energy and it's going to drain us. And that's looking at the glass half empty, whereas the optimistic side of it would be looking at the glass half full. You know, if you're in a new relationship, you know how exciting it is? You know how much dopamine gets released, especially if you're having sex again? Like, oh my gosh, that puts you in this elated state just from your hormones, so that it produces more energy. It has actually the opposite effect of what we think. Relationships shouldn't be looked at as like this hard, terrible work. If we're in alignment, I just saw 555. If we've changed, if we've done our healing, it's not going to be like those stagnant old relationships where we're just, not on the same page, square peg in a round hole, and we're spinning around trying to make something work that just isn't working because, first of all, we're not in aligned with ourselves, but secondly, maybe this was a karmic lesson for us to learn. That relationship didn't work out because I had to do this, and this to spiritually grow. This happened for you, not to you. When we flip that perspective of our past, it's a lot easier to let go and walk into new relationship situations, careers, jobs, partnerships with this new light of I'm healthy and it's going to work out. If our emotions and our thoughts dictate our reality, it's an energetic frequency. If you're saying this is going to exhaust me and I don't have time for it, I feel so overwhelmed, and you're denying yourself of this love experience, that relationship may be the balance for you. But we don't look at it that way. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. That's what I'm coming up with. If you love yourself and you take care of yourself and you keep up boundaries and you're not afraid to say no, and you put your energy and time towards situation, places, and people that uplift you where you get a return, that is so attractive. Self-love is so attractive. Take care of you. Then you have something to give others. What are you leaving behind in the past? A Queen of Pentacles in the reverse energy. Situations where you or other people around you were selfish and shallow. This could be talking about platonic or romantic relationships. This could be dealing with somebody, possibly a divine feminine energy, not gender, who just was all about themselves. They didn't give. They were shallow. It was all about me, me, me. Maybe it was all about the money, money, money. Now you've done some thinking. Maybe an old love will message you and come back into your life. That's one possibility we're seeing here with a love message. You're done delaying and waiting for just the right time, maybe for you yourself to reach out and make that call, send that text, stop by. Procrastinating, making yourself so busy, telling yourself, I'm too busy to dedicate myself to a connection. So we started off by somebody questioning their juggling in their life and everything they have on their plate and whether or not they could actually have a relationship. But we can also look at that as a means of procrastination, which is a wound that needs to be healed. That indecisive energy, that fear of change, where, well, things could get worse, right? I don't want to do something, step out, start seeing this person, and have it all go to hell in a handbasket. So we've got that back and forth energy, but they will not allow themselves to be jolted by returning to old patterns or people that couldn't find the time for them, right? If someone isn't going to be there for you in the physical, if they're not going to emotionally open up to you and reciprocate your emotions or try to as best as they know how, well, then you're not working with a balanced energy. You're going to get drained. You're going to keep beating your head against the door, trying to understand why this energy is so confusing, why you're not getting anywhere with this person. It's because they're not matching. They're not giving, or they're not willing to give for whatever those reasons are. But with that Ace of Cups, I really see that, maybe it's time to put this mentality in the past, to look at our relationships, all of them, and measure them take an observer look at them and say, does that relationship equally give and take? Are they only showing up when they want something? Are they only showing up to unload? Are they only calling me when they want to bitch about something? Is it negativity, and do they talk about death and people who are sick? Like, we're looking at and really evaluating all of our relationships and whether or not this person is positively equally giving and taking, right? We want to have balance in all our relationships. And we've all, I think, pretty much are in the position where we're not waiting anymore for someone to equally give and take. We're being asked to recognize that right off the get-go and not exert any more energy towards something that isn't reciprocal, right? Why are we going to give to something when our cup isn't being filled? So what's just beginning for you, singles and sexy, now that we're kind of looking at all this? The Nine of Wands in the reverse is someone wanting to let down their guard. They're getting out of that wounded warrior energy very slowly. They may have something to tell you or to confess to you. I just saw 1111. This may be for some of you stepping out and confessing you're pregnant. I had the pregnancy card come out. This is, a rebirth, or this could be physically. You have decided that you're going to have this child that you're going to set aside and redirect your energy towards this. And now maybe you have to tell somebody that you've made the decision. Take what resonates and leave the rest. This also could be that selfish, shallow energy, them never messaging back, thought they could delay while they explored other options, now wants to confess that the grass wasn't any greener on the other side over yonder. So this could be somebody coming back into your life saying, I went back and forth trying to decide whether or not I can have a relationship in my life. I looked at all the reasons why I couldn't and the things that could go wrong, blah, blah, blah. Just saw 1212. That's a double synchronicity for this reading. And now you're like, man, maybe I just was telling myself that and it was a means of procrastination. This energy may have even envied others. Maybe you've been competitive even in a negative way, resenting and guarded. I saw that twice because of being screwed over in the past. Maybe you brought those old wounds and you were reflecting them on your new potential energy, and they made you feel overwhelmed because all you could focus on is what went wrong in the past. We've all been there. We all do this. But this is possibly to the point of making themselves physically sick over their life, their choices, and their behaviors. All the while, they may have been deeply attracted to you, or you've been deeply attracted to somebody in your energy, and in their heart just wanting to take the time to smell the roses. I've had that energy of smelling the roses come out twice. This is about attracting in romantic love and getting lost and enjoying those moments fully. When you start dating somebody or you start seeing somebody, everything you do is a first, so it's like an all new adventure. That's what I like about it. I think it's exciting. So this is what's beginning, and it could start with a confession. Or maybe this is a confession of how you were in the past because of your unhealed wounds and trauma. We're all being asked to be accountable and become self-aware about how we treat others, what belief patterns, what our ego is telling us, what are lies, what are misconceptions. If we stay living in the past, then we're not able to move forward. We're not able to have new beginnings. Now, your potential outcome of healing, putting our priorities in order. If we stop being so shallow and self-absorbed to the point of being unhealthy, the Six of Pentacles says that there's an opportunity here to equally give and take. It starts with equally giving and take to yourself, though. It starts with having your cup filled so that you have more energy to put into other areas of your life that you may find emotionally fulfilling. If we don't practice self-love, balance our energies, sit in introspection from past wounds, take responsibility. We don't want to get held back or delayed by these blockages when a new opportunity shows up in our life. We want to be ready for a new pregnancy, a new significant other, a new project, or a new business opportunity. We can communicate our desires and blockages and seek together a way to bring balance. Communication is key. Saying to somebody, I would like this, but this is where I sit right now, and I'm not too sure how to get around it. It starts by knowing that you want to bring somebody into your life to co-create, which means valuing their opinions, ideas, and where they're at. It's getting out of that lone wolf energy of I make all the decisions myself, I'm better alone, Some of us may have to officially get divorced, or we have to maybe we're being led to break up out of a relationship with somebody that we're seeing, that a breakup in the past, may have done a number on us. We've all been through our shit. We've all been through our storms. But then I get the card of lust. Of course, single and sexies. So this card can have a couple different meanings, but we may have to communicate we were inconsiderate, greedy, selfish. Maybe we saw any ray of pleasure we could possibly get by any means necessary by going in, player energy, getting laid and then scooting with no intentions of any type of getting to know the person or having any sort of intimacy other than sexually. That's self-fulfilling and shallow, right? If we don't get out of those energies, when we allow our cup to become so drained in these karmic cycles, these defense mechanisms, these attachment styles, lust being self-absorbed to the far other extreme, that we lose balance in our lives. This can also mean, very simply, a person communicating, I've been passionate about reconciling or reconnecting with you. I've been handling my business, and now I'm ready to equally give and take to whatever this birth of something new is for you guys. I'm here to make this romantic gesture and change my stars. I love the Heath Ledger movie, A Knight's Tale, where he asks his father, Daddy, can a man really changes stars? And of course his father supports his son and says, of course you can. You can become anything you want. You can create your reality as the co-creator of your universe. Maybe it's confessing to someone, I fucked up. I royally screwed up. I was in some devil energy. I was so selfish. It was all about me and filling my own need to numb those wounds or that pain that I was experiencing. And now I want to be there for you. Maybe I want to be there and start a new relationship and give birth to something new with you, this connection. This could be somebody saying, I want to be there for you. I want to have this baby with you. I just saw 1831. Take what resonates, how this energy is coming up for you. I think the bottom line is, as we go into these eclipse energies, this change, these illusions that are now having light shed on them, we can have a period of growth this spring by recognizing that we always have the opportunity to give birth to something new. We always have the opportunity to change our stars, and the universe supports us in that. It wants us to be in that energy of constantly changing and going with the flow, because that's when the universe can come in and do its magic, and it's just an adventure from that point on, because we don't have any blockages holding us back. We just go for it, hair on fire. I'm jumping off this perfectly good airplane to skydive for the first time. I'm gonna bungee jump. I'm gonna get on that horse. I'm gonna show up at that person's house and tell them I want this with them. We have a choice. We always have a choice as free will, sovereign spiritual beings to have the experience we want. So let's go out there and make some good positive choices this spring. I love you guys. If this resonates, hit the subscribe button. Don't lose me for your next reading next Thursday. Single and Sexies are coming out every Thursday. I'm really making an attempt to get one out a week. Like, comment, share. All those are energetic exchanges where you are supporting this ascension process and this growth, not just for the content creator, but for yourselves and the collective as a whole. And I really do appreciate that. I will see you, Single and Sexies, at your next reading. Go have some fun.